Hey y'all, hey, and welcome to Tootie Talks. And so, of course, y'all know I had to get on here and share my little opinion about Funky Dineva and his verbal attack on Chloe Bailey, right? So, first, let me tell y'all what I did this weekend. How was y'all weekend, by the way? Okay, today is Monday, then started a work day, and y'all know how Mondays be. Mondays be rough, okay? But this weekend, I actually had a good weekend. So Friday, me and the family went out to see a minor league baseball game out here. Can't tell you who won because I wasn't even watching the game. Okay, I go to be social, and so we took the kids. They got a little inflatable area, and that was fun. We did that. Saturday, me and my girl went to a food truck festival. So it was a small one, but we enjoyed ourselves like usual. Anytime me and her get together, it's a ball. Okay, I need to start recording that. Okay, that's a whole story. That's a whole reality TV show right there, full of laughs and jokes and nonsense. Us talking, talking a bunch of mess. That's what it's like, but it's always a good time, y'all. So I did that Saturday, and then Sunday we took our middle baby to Six Flags Great America for the first time. So it was me, my husband, our middle child, my baby sister, and one of his brothers. And so we went to Six Flags, and I got on one roller coaster because I be going for the funnel cake. I got on one roller coaster, be like, okay, I did a roller coaster. I got on the Goliath, and so my baby, when she went, she had got on the first ride she got on was the velocity, the flash velocity, vertical velocity. I think that's the name of it. Baby, she was like, yeah, I'm good. This ain't like the fairs, the rides at the fairs. That was too fast. So we ended up doing the swing ones, the ones that go up. It's like swings that you sit in. They go up, go around in circle. So we end up doing that. Did whatever. We did that twice. And then we did Goliath. We did Goliath. And we did the water one, Raging Rapids or something like that. That we did the water one. So we had fun. We had a good time. My feet end up hurting. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit here while y'all go do the rest of the rest because I's tired. But all this, I want to say the Funky Dineva and Chloe thing happened before, maybe on Thursday. Thursday, I believe that happened. The video's down now, y'all. I tried to go pull the video up. I watched it when it happened. And I was just like, so the commentary was supposed to be about Haley Bailey and her the rumors that she's pregnant by her boyfriend. You know, Haley is the sister who did the Little Mermaid. She just dropped the song Angel. Love the song, y'all. I love their voices. I saw them when they came up on YouTube and they were singing Now Wake Me Up When It's All Over. As I like that they did a variety of songs. They did like alternative songs. They also did R&B. Of course, I think they really blew up when they did the Beyonce Pretty Hurts, and then Beyonce took them up under her wings, and then they became, I want to say, part of their label. And they came out with their own songs. And then her sister Haley began to do her solo career, and her songs was more, she's the dancer of the group. They said she's trying to be the second coming of Beyonce. Her songs was more sexually suggestive. Okay, she was had less clothes showing, more body jiggling. She started acting, and there was a scene. I forget what show that was on, but it starts off with her getting it front of back, like the very sexual scene, right? So people is like, oh, well, she's too sexualized. Well, her other sister, Disney, Little Mermaid, the younger sister, she's on that path. Now, the commentary was supposed to be about the younger sister, Haley Bailey, is pregnant. It's rumors that she's pregnant. There's some picture or some video that she was in that they saying that she looks like she was pregnant. That's what the video was supposed to be about. Now, Funky went off on the older sister. And then people began to, go in on Funky for dragging her because they were like, that had nothing to do with nothing. He seemed so angrily and aggressive about Chloe. And the commentary is supposed to be about Haley, but he ended up saying she ain't cute because people, the titles was he calls her ugly, but other people were like, he didn't say she was ugly. He just said she ain't cute. So let me be right. He didn't call her ugly. He said she ain't cute. So let me show y'all if I can. Let me see. I think they. So luckily some people was able to. I see it on the shorts now. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Is it this one? No. So it's in 3 parts. So hopefully the first part is the one. Let's see. Let me see. Can y'all see it? Yeah. That's part 1.
Don't play with you, Q.
This story, before I was indifferent about Chloe Bailey, and I know this story is about Halle, I can officially say I don't like her. Chloe Bailey is so goddamn lame to me. First of all, girl, you were Miss Preppy Ashley from the suburbs. Then you came out, you was being all promiscuous and shit. And then now you're trying to be a gangster. None of
And this one, and I'm like, maybe I don't know, but I haven't heard of her being promiscuous. I haven't heard of her being with different people, different guys, women, or anything sexually. Like, so I'm like, maybe I'm missing something right there. But
none of it is fucking believable, girl. None of it is believable. And I'm probably gonna catch a lot of backlash for this. And without that makeup, she ain't cute. She should have never showed up on that camera with that fat ass face without no makeup. She ain't cute. You're not believable. You're so goddamn
you see right there, well, when everybody's talking about Funky, I was like, Al was all in that too. Al was cracking up. You saw Claudia's face. You have to know the background of this show. So it's Funky, Claudia, and Al. Now Al usually comes with the facts, and he go research the stories, and he come and tell you like different facts about what's about the story, right? Because Al is known for dating. He was married to Star Jones. Then he had a big controversy because it came out that he was gay, and he ended up saying he's not gay, he's bisexual. Star Jones was saying she didn't know. He said she knew, why they was dating. It wasn't something that she always knew. So that was his big controversy. Now Funky, I started watching Funky when he was doing reviews for Insecure, but I really had to stop watching Funky because, like this right here, this is Funky. This is what he does. He's known for dragging, and this is how he became popular. This is how he made his money. So when people was like, "Oh, Funky needs to apologize," and I'm like, "Apologize for being, but saying what he have always said." I believe he recently said that he's been doing YouTube for about 13 years. So and now he's on a talk show, and he'll here and there still come do his YouTube channel. But this is what y'all wanted him for. So you want him to apologize for being hip. Like, and what's funny, if you watch TGI Friday, him and Claudia, they will get into it about things of this nature. And the one thing that they do agree on is that Jocelyn Hernandez, that they both agree that, she's good for TV, but she's been rewarded for bad behavior. And as long as the rewards continue, as long as people keep rewarding her with TV shows and her making money for her bad behavior, she's going to keep doing it. But Funky is the same exact person. He get rewarded for dragging people. So, I mean, what did people really expect from him? I'm like, the apology he gave was the exact type of, I was surprised he even gave that apology, but that's the exact type of thing I expected him to say.
Authentic. That's why your shit ain't selling. All right. That's number one. Number two, I don't like people playing in our face, right? The girl is clearly pregnant. She's pregnant.
So that's part one. Let me see if it's playing part two.
All right, that's number one. Number two, I don't like people playing in our face, right? The girl is clearly pregnant. She's pregnant. All right. I analyzed that video. It's one thing to have the big piece on. She was waddling, and then when she went to put her arm around the girl, the dress draped over the stomach. You could visibly see the damn bump.
And like so many women were saying that you as a man wouldn't know, but especially, I don't know if y'all watch Real Housewife of Atlanta, but they were talking about fibroids, and people are now talking about fibroids. And I have fibroids, but when you have fibroids and it's that time of the month for a woman, the women who experience pain, each woman experience differently, but you're typically walking around holding your stomach. You're wobbling. It's hard for you to walk. Like there's a lot of things that could come into that. And if the girl is pregnant, so what? There, like a lot of people and women know this. A lot of women don't tell people until they into their second trimester, because a lot of people feels that it's bad luck. I know from the South, they don't tell people that's bad luck. You're gonna jinx yourself. So they don't tell people until they pass a certain point, whether you see it or not, and whether you think they're gonna deny it. Because if you watch Real Housewife of Atlanta, Sonya was telling people at 5 weeks, by 7 weeks, she had lost the baby. So I don't know how far along she is, but or what's going on with her health. That in She don't have to tell y'all anything, but how mad him and Al got because everybody attacked Funky because Funky was talking about Chloe appearance. But I also have like later in the video, now these three parts are just going to be Funky commentary, but later in the video when Claudia starts talking and her and Al go back and forth because Al is no, she's a bold faced lie. And I'm gonna finish letting this video play and try to find the post that she actually posted where they like she's a bold faced liar. And I'm like, she didn't lie. She just posted a old video of what was going on in the background while she was making Angel. Nowhere in that video or in that post did she say, "Look, y'all, I'm not pregnant." That's just the way y'all took it. So that's on y'all.
All right. She didn't shut down shit showing these old ass videos. If she wanted to shut something down, she'd have stayed her ass the hell home. All right. That's number one. Number two, that video, that old ass B-roll, stop playing in our damn face. And if you really wanted to shut shit down, all you had to do the next day was be like, child, y'all need to stop playing. Pregnant where? She's flat. I mean, there was just such a cheap, quick, dirty, easy way to shut it down.
And so let me go to that last.
All right, that's number one. Number two,
and that's the last part of Funky talking.
Y'all know y'all need to stop playing. Pregnant where? She's flat. I mean, there was just such a cheap, quick, dirty, easy way to shut it down. Mama is pregnant. And listen, the biggest concern is not her being pregnant in Disney. The biggest concern is her being pregnant from that goddamn loser. Mama, we was looking out for you, Haley. And you don't fuck around and let this nigga trap you. Because that's exactly what he did. He struck me as the type that put a baby in her own purpose. All right? And we was rooting for you. All right? Now, I hope that we live in a more progressive generation in society where it won't affect her Disney stuff. It probably will now because you can't be right here playing a child and you a whole damn mama. But I think the black community, and although she don't belong to us and she don't owe us shit, I just think we're grossly disappointed because we saw more for her.
They mad at you if you don't share it.
So that was his part. Let me show y'all. Okay. Let me show y'all where the post that she made that they saying, "Oh, it's an old post and she need to," where he was just like that old ass post. She ain't say nothing about she wasn't pregnant. The post says some rehearsal moments from Angel. Angel is a trending sound on TikTok. It makes me so happy. Keep using it. That's the part they saying she lying like she ain't pregnant. Baby, her song is trending. Y'all here discussing whether or not she's pregnant. She's like, I'm trying to get this money, especially this TikTok money. Okay, I got my Little Mermaid money. I'm trying to get this TikTok money. Anybody think about you? Like she doing what she's supposed to be doing, promoting. And then most people, celebrities, especially, I don't know how many followers and things she have. Most people don't even control their social media. I'm quite sure, especially with Disney and things of that nature, or her promoting her songs, she's gonna put out a post. Even if you're pregnant, even let's say she's pregnant, even if she's pregnant, she don't want to tell anybody because it's too early, or she may be having problems, or whatever's going on. Or it's just her personal choice, and she don't want to put it out there yet. So, but you still have to have a social media presence as an influence, as a celebrity, as a singer, whatever. You still have to have a social media presence. So she's still gonna post. And of course it's gonna be old things because she's not gonna post herself or selfies or stuff with just her face. Yeah. That's something that she needs to do as a celebrity, as a social media influencer, as a singer, as a whatever you do nowadays. You need to make posts on social media. People who do the YouTube know if you don't post a video at least once a week, twice a week, or something like that, almost every doggone day, you drop down in the algorithm, and then your stuff ain't showing. Then you're not getting put out there for people to see you. So regardless of what's going on with her, she's gonna post. Now, nowhere in this post does it say, "Hey y'all, I'm not pregnant. Hey y'all, this is recent." She says it's old. It's a behind the scenes from Angel. Angel is already out. It didn't drop. It's trending on TikTok, is what this post is saying. So you know this ain't something that was taken yesterday. So then this video right here, this is one that I actually found that a YouTuber actually had most of the all the conversation. So this is from Being Beautifully Honest is the name of this YouTuber. So I'm gonna play part of her video so you can get the Claudia response and when Claudia and Al went back and forth. So that's something that I want to that I feel like that a lot of people did not touch on. I guess because what you call it was so strong in what he said. Funky was so strong in what he said that everybody was more focused on that.
I mean, there is, but I don't want to talk about this about now. I
can't say the shit. It's said. I mean, it's what we're feeling.
I mean, no, that's what you're feeling, and you're entitled to that. But I guess I take it.
And that's what, and I like when Claudia said that. No, don't say that's what we feeling. That's what you're feeling, and you're entitled to that. But don't include all us in that shit.
More sensitive role. Jab at this. I mean, it's her decision. We can be mad all we want, but who the fuck are we to say what we should be?
True. That's
like,
true.
Someone can't tell you who you should date or Al or me. That's not. We would be defensive, highly defensive. That's none of your goddamn business. And if she likes them, hey, I don't approve either. But I'm not a mother or a sister or family. You know what I'm saying? And if she's happy, which she seems like she is, I just feel like when we talk about pregnancy, and I just feel like we got to be real careful with that. You know what I mean? That's her business, and people have miscarriages, and with all the evilness out there, people be wishing bad on you. I wouldn't tell you motherfuckers either. I really would not.
It's just sad though, right?
Well, it's a difference between not telling us and lying, Claudia.
It's right there. It's a difference between not telling us and lying. When did this girl lie? Because she posted the behind the scene of a music video that she been recorded. Now it's a lie. Now she just bold-faced lying to everybody. How? Nobody told y'all to take that and interpret it the way you did.
You can't as a talent bold-faced lie.
Yes, you can.
If that's how you run your brand, that's fine. I'm saying I don't want to support a talent. I don't want to spend my hard-earned money supporting a talent who lies to me.
Have you ever lied to the public about anything? We all have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it's very easy for us to
I'm talking about a picture, Claudia. You can't say, I'm not pregnant, look at me, and that's a bold-faced lie. We have a right to be offended if you're going to play with my intelligence. It's a bold-faced lie.
All right, I'm going to pause it right there. She does not have to tell anyone if she is expecting for how the baby's going to turn issue. It does not mean that
have you ever
really care. But Funky Dineva definitely took this too personally, and I feel that because Al gave his views on it first.
To you, something as sensitive as that. Have you ever?
She should have stayed home. She should have stayed home. I think it's one thing to not tell.
So the audacity of them to say she should have stayed home. because she don't want to tell you what's going on in her uterus, that she has to stay home. Like, that makes absolutely no sense. The apology should have been about you feeling like that you have a right to know what's going on with this doggone girl uterus. That you have a right to dictate when and where she come out and publicly say what's going on with her health, with her body, with her uterus. And then what, she should be in prison, that you should be locked down and stay to make in the house, stay to be in the house because I don't want to tell you about what's going on with my personal health, then I can't go out. No, she should did what she did, which if she didn't feel like addressing it, then she's not going to address it. She's going to talk about what she want to talk about, which is her single she dropped. And that's why the post was about her single and not about what you wanted to hear. So now she just trapped in the house until you feel like you tell us, until you could come out and tell us what we want to say. Then you trapped in the house, like you putting the girl on punishment because she ain't telling you about her personal health. Like, what type of sense does that make? Let me see if I can find this apology, y'all. Okay, let me finish playing this.
I can respect that, but there's another for you to visibly be pregnant and be like, I'm not. We see you. Like, what are we doing here? We see it. So let me ask you this.
Okay.
What's the appropriate response then? I clearly see that the sky is blue, and you're telling me it's red.
And then you're going to show me a picture. You're going to show me a picture to support your claim.
The appropriate response is, if you know that the sky is blue and I'm telling you that it's red, then you say, okay, well, I know what I know, and you move on.
I just feel like we tend to pick and choose when it's okay to keep things to yourself, and she shouldn't be outed until she wants to tell us herself.
She should have stayed home.
No, she should not. She should stay home to appease you. Who are you?
Right.
You.
You can't have it all with Claudia. You can't be pregnant and we see it and be like, I'm not.
Maybe she's scared. Maybe she's scared. Now people, I know people
never said that she wasn't.
That's like
Never.
She was that damn concerned about that baby.
You know what? This is why sometimes I want to have another woman on this show, because it's men speaking on a woman's, her situation.
A lie's a lie.
And listen.
All right, and then he's trying to justify. I was just trying to justify when Claudia is 100% right. There's two men who's speaking on a woman's body, and Al, I believe, identifies bi. Q is gay. You don't even get it. Get what's going on up in there that's gonna come up out of there. You don't even want to go nowhere near that. So why is it even concerned of you, and why do she have to come out and tell you what's going on with her uterus? And she had to stay at home because she don't want to tell y'all what's going on with her uterus. And now she's bold-faced lying because she made a post about her song that's out and trending instead of addressing the rumors of her being pregnant. No. If she don't want to talk about it till she's a certain amount of months or to whatever reasons that she have, that's her prerogative. She's going to talk about her doggone song. That's what I'll be talking about too. Because if she is pregnant, she's going to be off sometime. She needs to make that money.
We ain't gonna get nowhere with this girl, so go on
to the next thing.
Baby, and then come back.
Tease the next
thing.
So that was the end of that one, right? And that's when all the controversy ended up happening. And I believe, and to me, because Funky in there when he was going off on Chloe was like, oh, and she's trying to act like she's pretending to be a thug for, and all the girl was doing was taking up for her sister. She even said, heck, what type of thug use heck? So it's like, you was just mad at that girl to be mad at that girl. For whatever reason you got going on, that's the reason why you was mad at her. Now, let's go over this apology that he sent, which, yeah, y'all gonna see it. Let's go on with this apology. Now, Fox then deleted the video. That whole episode was deleted. So I was like, okay, I went back to try to look for it. It ain't there. But they kept this video, which is the apology.
You.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So listen, while I got the people on the line, y'all.
In my personal opinion, before he started, my personal opinion, if you ain't sorry, then don't apologize. I think you should only apologize when you're sorry. If you're not sorry about what you said, don't apologize. But what he apologized for was the comments he said about the face. He apologized for thinking that he has the right over this girl uterus, for demanding for her to stay in the house if you don't want to tell people you're pregnant. That whole misogynistic attitude that he had is the problem for him. Which him and Al had, which is the problem. That's what you should be apologizing for. I personally feel his opinion about what he feel like that girl, how she looks, that young lady, she's not a girl, that young lady looks, that's a personal opinion. You got your rights to a personal opinion. That's why they have him on this show to drag people. He ain't finna lose people. We're gonna counsel, we should counsel Funky. I've been watching YouTube, y'all. And to be honest, the more negative you are, the more you drag people and talk about people and go down in the dirt, the more viewers you get. This how he even end up on Foxo from dragging people on YouTube on his own channel. So do you think they're gonna fire him for doing what he known to do? No, they're gonna try to force him to do what he did, which is this apology that's gonna satisfy a couple of them people out there, and everybody gonna be quiet and it's gonna blow over just like it have. He been recording shows, even in this very same show. I think he was talking about something about Kim Kardashian, and he was saying, he had said something about her face, her new face, or something like that. He was like, "Well, let me be quiet because I don't want the people." I was like, "Oh, he don't care. He's still looking at this as a joke. I don't want the people, but I could talk all day about Kim. But I can't come after the black princess." And I'm like, so do you think he's sorry? Was that apology even worth saying?
Y'all know how this goes, right? When you work somewhere and something controversial happens, the company comes out and makes a statement, or the person that works for the company comes out and makes a statement. And I always sit on this very platform and be like, that shit was so fake. Ain't nobody believing in this prefabricated statement that this person read and it's phony. And with that being said, I'm not going to give y'all one, right? I did get the phone call. I did get the email. We think that you should provide an apology and show some remorse. And I didn't want to get up here and just say some regurgitated stuff that I was encouraged to say, because y'all are not going to believe it anyway, and it wouldn't be believable, especially considering the fact that I said what I said with my whole chest.
And you see that? I said what I said with my whole chest is what he's saying. I said it. I meant it.
I 100% stand 10 toes down on the fact that I think Chloe Bailey is inauthentic when it comes to her as an artist. I think that the sexual image that she gives sometimes is unbelievable. And I think that in her defending her sister, the whole, clapping back, and I just thought it was inauthentic. I do. But I also recognize that that's probably where my commentary should have started and stopped. I don't have my head too far up my own ass or so far in my own ego that I can't recognize the fact that I did cross the line when I started talking about her looks. That was below the belt. It was unnecessary, and it was non-germane to the story at hand.
But everything he just said was non-germane to the story. The story again was about Halle Bailey and whether or not she was pregnant. So everything about her sexuality, her being inauthentic, everything he said about Chloe was non-germane to this story. It had nothing to do with nothing. It had nothing to do with the commentary that you were supposed to have been commentating on. So I'm just sorry about it. How about, you said it should have stopped right there. How about that part should have been left out and I should have stayed focused on the story?
For that, I do apologize. So again,
and apologize for thinking you got some type of control, or that girl should stay in the house on punishment because she don't want to tell the world about what's going on in her uterus.
And I apologize for going below the belt when referencing Chloe Bailey's looks. They had nothing to do with the story at hand. And this was a learning lesson, and I hope to move forward and not repeat it.
I've been in and out of therapy with BetterHelp.
That's what he said about that. He's on there. The story today was about Lil Duval. And Lil Duval talking to, let me remove this here because I don't need her up in there. Lil Duval he made a post and asked Mary Unalive, or what's the other one? or spread their legs for 3 female rappers, right? And Q respond was like, "Well, I understand what he going through because I am going through that same thing." And I seen people in the comments telling her, "Oh Lord, now he's the victim." uh, they said now he done turned this stuff around and gave his little apology, and now he finna be the victim now. And let me see if I can pull up the comments of people.
Operated for so long in the urban pop culture space. So you feel like one of the movers and shakers in that space. And it's weird when you comment on something that's relevant in the space and then you're told that you're old, right? And that's the current thing that I'm kind of like going through now, because like I've been getting a lot of that. You're old, you too old to be doing this, and it's weird because in my mind,
Okay.
I
I didn't
don't
even
feel
know
like
she
I'm
said that
too old to be commenting
I
on
didn't
some
even
of the
watch
things
the
that we
whole
comment on.
episode today.
It's pop culture, but I'm having to find my equilibrium when it comes to, I guess, what stories I'm too old to comment on and which ones I'm
And
not.
that's what I said. He's taking the easy way out of it. And I got talking about, oh, because I'm too old to come in. Ain't nobody said nothing about, well, people probably was calling him old, but it was about the way you talked about the girl, not about your it wasn't so much about your age. See, I'm quite sure y'all can't see it, but the comments, it's not that you're old, it's that it's the current generation ages. It says, make a distinction between too old to comment on a topic versus lacking the maturity and the wisdom and the way we comment on the topic. Oh, that's the one. Oh, great. Now Funky gonna start playing victim every time he feel like he can't fully comment. So I'm like, so this comment, something is definitely happened behind the scenes at Fox Soul. If you notice, Claudia said they were going on vacation for a week, but she was the only one who was aware of the vacation. Now, what I had noticed is that, and people was, and that's part of the show. People love that there's different personalities there, right? So you have, like I was explaining earlier, you have Funky, you have Al, and you have Claudia. If you notice, Funky, and the link is there if anybody wanted to join. But Funky and Claudia sometimes bump heads. Like that's what, and it's always like a, oh well, it recently came out that Nene said that Claudia was one of the only ones who can go back and forth with her as far as getting at her, the throwing shade at each other. Now, Funky and Claudia will go back and forth, and I remember distinctly, and I want to say it was about the cisgender conversation. Is that the yeah? It was about the cisgender conversation where Claudia and Funky went back and forth, like they did in this conversation about Chloe. So Funky ended up, I don't know if it was the next day, the next couple of days, going on his channel and apologizing and saying, I understand well where Claudia was coming from. I didn't see it that way, that women are feeling attacked on all sides, where it seems like it's something, with they feel like they're getting attacked by men. There seems like there's the gay, especially black women, it's like a gay black man uh, against the women, or the trans women against trans black women against black women, regular men, everybody else non-black, just men, like the Fresh and Fit, the Kevin Samuels, all those things against women, and they feel like there's an attack that's coming on women, and so there was a whole conversation there that was with the cisgender things. So if you notice on the show, Claudia and Funky will go back and forth sometimes, and sometimes that's a Funky personality. Like I said, I had started watching him for his review on Insecure, but he is kind of a I wouldn't say so much. I wouldn't say all his commentary is negative, but dragging is his thing. That's what he likes to do. That's what he's known for. And I'm not so much of the type who I like jokes. I like funniness. Yeah, I say some funny things and stuff like that. But like he said, that comment hit below the belt. A lot of his commentary hit below the belt. Like that's what he's known for doing. That's how he got popular. People like it, and then some people stop liking what he's doing, where he stopped reaping rewards for doing it. He ain't gonna stop. He gonna keep doing what he doing. He gonna keep giving apologies like he gave. Like, oh, I'm sorry for saying talking about her face, but I said what I said and I meant it with my chest. Everything else I said, you know, and I'm sorry for saying what I said about her face. But before he said that, he said everything I said, I meant it, and I said it with my chest. So it's like, but that includes. So he's saying what he said about her face and being fat, he meant it. He just shouldn't have said it. He should have stopped at talking about her career and her personalities and things of that nature. And I'm like, well, again, the story wasn't about her. So why bring her up into this just because you don't like her and she's standing up for her sister? That's just all dumb. That's all just all dumb to me. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all feel about this whole story. I still got to do my whole review. I'm gonna probably end up coming back tomorrow. I wanted to talk about this one and get this one out the way. I wanted to make sure, get the updates in there because I did not think he was gonna apologize. I said it's Funky. He ain't gonna apologize, but the apology he gave is more along something that all right, I'm gonna get his apology because I'm trying to keep this job. Because if you watch the show, they talk about how good the checks then got since they didn't got up to 5 days a week. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch the recent episode. Well, I think they actually on live right now, but where Claudia's saying that they going on vacation because you could tell in Claudia's face. And go back and watch even before this Chloe episodes. Go back and watch the last month before this. Claudia and Funky goes back and forth. It's not that she just gets it was typical of Al is that he'll join in on Funky side. So it's like she's up against two men's wood. That could be why. Maybe that's why he ended up leaving the Breakfast Club. She was tired of trying to combat two men's. Okay, but I said they may have to do a change up. I did like Carlos King was just there when Funky was out for something. Carlos King was just there. I said they may give somebody long that view who can throw the shade but don't have to. But his shade be like funny shade. But they'll talk about the business. They'll talk about you. It's a light slight. It ain't a whole. I need to tear this person down type of shade. So I don't know, y'all. What did y'all end up feeling about the situation? Do you think that apology was did y'all feel did he yeah, I guess he gave it to the public. So as the public, did you think the apology was genuine? And do you think the apology was enough? Do you think he should have even apologized in the first place? Because some people was just like, no, that's how he felt. That's who he is. He should say how he feel. And the world is becoming too sensitive. Do you feel like it's the world becoming too sensitive type of situation? Or do you think that this is a problem? I have seen some commentaries of women talking. Well, actually, it wasn't a woman. It was Storm Monroe who was talking. And when he did his commentary about the situation and was saying that in this environment that nowadays in the YouTube that most of the men in order to get the money to become popular to make it have fresh and fit Kevin Samuels even a lot of and they are gay the gay men who do the commentary about like the reality TV shows and things of that nature that they a lot of them are dragging women, particularly black women, because they're commentating on what's going on in like black spaces. So of course it's going to be black women that they're talking about. But they said a lot of them are that's the way that they make their money. And he made an interesting comment in saying that he wants to do a challenge for all the people in the YouTube, for all the men to not discuss black women for 90 days. and see how well they channel do. To not discussing whether they said something good or something bad. Just discuss men for 90 days and see how well their channel does. Say Claudia is far more intelligent than she was believed to be, and she keeps a job. I think she was trying to do something different, and it's backfiring on her. Yeah, I think Claudia really liked that. It seemed like she enjoyed. I'm not gonna say more, but yeah, I'm gonna say more. It seemed like she enjoyed cocktails with the queens more than what she enjoyed the TGI Friday. But cocktail with the queen, why they didn't get renewed? Because they didn't spend a lot of the time. You don't have a lot of what you see now with Funky. That's what I'm going to assume, that you don't see a lot of what you had now. You had black women trying to, yeah, when a black woman did wrong and they talking about it, they gave their opinion about it, but you didn't see all this unnecessary digs of women, black, white, indifferent, of women, and they usually like to, they was bringing business owners on and things of that nature, and more of a uplifting atmosphere. And they and it was actually kind of opposite. They would be more on talking about, they had more negative things to say, and they was justified things about um black men when they came to the news when they did something wrong. So I'm like, they never came out and said why that show got canceled. And they kept TGI Friday and put that on 5 days a week and canceled Cocktails with the Queens. But I'm assuming because you have 4 black women up there and you didn't have the negativity, and negativity thrives in this day and age. I actually kind of agree with him about Chloe. I didn't like how she was portraying herself while her sister was preparing to be the next Disney princess, but it's her right to choose herself. So yeah, and that's why I said he can feel how he wants to feel about Chloe. So why, if that's the way you feel, why apologize about it? What are you apologizing for? Because I feel like the more offensive thing was how you, the topic was supposed to be about the sister Haley. So if you're not apologizing for even bringing up Chloe that had nothing to do with that conversation, then what are we really talking about? Because the to me the more offensive part was not what he said about Chloe and her career and how she's hypersexualized and things like that. The more offensive part was how him and Al felt like they had the right to this girl uterus and to know what's going on with this girl uterus. Well, she's a young lady. I keep calling her girl because she's young, but to have the right to feel like y'all could dictate, and then to even say if she didn't want to come out and tell it, then she should stay in the house. Like, you putting somebody on punishment because they don't want to tell you or the public what's going on with the uterus, with her uterus. And now she a bald faced lie because instead of addressing it, she's posting stuff about her single, which is out and trending. She's worried about business and not what other people feel. Like, that's crazy to me. So she's a beautiful girl. They both are. She knows she does too much sometimes. She's well aware of it. I hate that Haley is with that guy. He seems to be an opportunist, but we all have our own life. I don't know much about her, the guy that she's with, but from what I'm hearing, is that he's a rapper. I know that, but he also have his money. It ain't like he's just like a deadbeat nobody. It's like he's not as known as she is, but from what I'm hearing, she could have did a lot worse. And that's just what they was talking about on that's just the different little commentaries and things that I done read, the different little um you know net worth of his and things of that nature. Is they're saying that he seems to be kind of jealous of his girlfriend, and that's why in Funky, in his commentary, when he finally did start talking about Chloe, that's what he was talking about. And I'm like, I think if he would have just started right there where he was talking about Chloe, not Chloe, where he was talking about Haley and how people felt like she should have did better, and picking a different guy, and how the black community is rooting for more, I think he would have been absolutely fine. It's the whole throwing your sister up under the bus and she had nothing to do with it, and all she trying to do is stand up for her sister. Yeah, people does say he seems to be an opportunist, but I said I don't know if she's pregnant, if she's not pregnant. I just will wish her well. And I know it seems like her family is very close in the way that Chloe is standing up for her. I'm quite sure she's gonna be a great AT, and she's gonna, with or without that guy, that baby gonna be taken care of. Because besides her mama, she got her sister who's gonna help her, and I'm quite sure them parents gonna be there helping them. So I said, that it shouldn't be such a big thing that she's not coming out and saying it if she is. Besides the fact that we don't know what other contracts they're saying that she's a Disney star, and how you're going to be in Disney if you're a mother. I'm quite sure there's people in Disney who are mothers like that. They may not be the main character, but there's people in Disney who are mothers. But we don't know what contracts and things that she have going on, that she has set up, that she probably got to talk to these people. If she is pregnant, she got to talk to these people. She's gonna have to reschedule things. Like, there's a lot that she probably have to take care of her end before she come out and tell this public. And plus, she got to see how far along she is, and when is it safe to come out and tell the public. Because other than that, like Claudia said, who are we to say that she need to come out and tell us, or she's a bold-faced lie, or she needs to stay in the house because she don't want to tell us what's going on with her body. That's like coming on and telling us every time it's your time of the month. We that's not our information. Ain't nobody finna be GoFunding me and sending that girl the money to my hair. This is so you can buy a crib. This is to pay for your kid private school. This is like who's jaying down to do that? I guarantee you not the ones who could. I ain't. I guarantee you it ain't Al and Funky. So why is that? Why are you so offended that she's not coming out telling you, and like you part of her family or you a close friend? It wouldn't matter. Yeah, but yeah, I'm saying let me get on because it is. So I would love Claudia to show up for an interview on the next episode of TGIF if it comes back from vacation. She and Funky Dineva can have a dialogue about his rent. But I'm like, but besides his little apology that he did, the one that I just showed, that little 2-minute apology that he did, they continued on with the show as if it haven't happened. And when he do mention it, when Funky mentioned it, he mentioned it in a slick way, like, let me shut up because I could talk about Kim, but I can't say nothing about a black princess. Well, y'all know they've been on me. Well, and he's still giving little digs where if you didn't send the apology, I don't think statements like that go over well. And especially Claudia had the 2 shows and one and already canceled. So this her baby that she's trying to push on, to continue on with. And I also had thought that she was going to get that job at Breakfast Club, but it don't seem like it yet. But this is her show that she's trying to push on, continue with, and want to see to greatness. Then made it from what it went from the 2 days to the 5 days. Was it 2 days? Or was it just Friday? Did it start off as just Fridays? I can't remember, y'all. If it started off as just Fridays for the name to be TGIF. But she didn't push the show on to fat all 3 of them. I'm not saying Claudia is the only one, but I know that she's I want to say she created the show, and she called Al and Funky, because even with the cocktails with the queens, they were saying, Claudia was created the show and then called the other people to be on as hosts. So even before a cocktail with the queens left, I thought she was getting the Breakfast Club interview because the Breakfast Club host deal, because she had started being out. She was over there hosting the Breakfast Club, and then she was the ladies started doing the host part more. And they would, where initially it was just Claudia would introduce the subjects. Even I see now, and I know Claudia been having internet issues. I even see now that the guys, Al and Funky, will take over and introduce the different trending topic instead of Claudia just leading the conversation. So I was like, oh, maybe she's gonna get the job with Breakfast, and they trying to prepare the other people to step up for when she gone. But doesn't seem like that's happening. Well, they haven't picked anyone for the Breakfast Club, but initially that's what I thought it was. But I sure want to find out what's going to happen with this vacation and who's going to be on there Is everybody going on vacation, or just Claudia? And what they just gonna run reruns during this vacation, or you just gonna have one person to go and see what's going on with this vacation? I mean, while this vacation is going on, you're just gonna have one host. You're just gonna have Claudia hosting it. I want to see how was their numbers affected. Have anybody looked at their numbers since um since Funky went on his rant? Did anybody look at his numbers at TGIF numbers and TGIF numbers and see have the viewership went down? Is what I'm wondering. Because I'm looking now. 2 days ago, 113. 3 days ago, 122K. 4 days ago, 114. So it doesn't seem like their viewership was affected. So, so maybe they're just trying to, at a job, they'll try to give you a warning and be like, you need to stay home unpaid. I'm gonna give you this unpaid, to stay at home so you can start acting right. So maybe that's what they doing, trying to get them a little scared to shake them up, to be like, hey, watch your mouth. But I have heard people saying that. Now I haven't looked at Funky Dineva's number, but people were saying that Funky ain't too worried about the show because on his own show that he been getting more viewers on when he drop a video than TGI Friday gets every day when they release their videos. So he's not too much worried because he still got the YouTube money. But I'm like, as far as I know, unless he's doing the membership things that I see a lot of YouTubers are doing now, as far as I know, he haven't been really dropping videos like that. And I think because the check from Fox Soul is so nice that he don't necessarily have to. You can tell in Claudia's face that is because when he start talking, sometimes when he goes off and start talking, Claudia will literally, like, they'll literally go to her and she's like, and then they had, and I, like I said, I especially noticed it doing the cisgender things, that she felt like she would, every time she would try to say something to stand up for women, and she was like, well, I'm speaking for myself, for biological women who feel like me. And she would compare it and be like, well, what about this, if they was, and I think she even said it for Chloe, like, how you gonna try to out her, but in the gay community y'all feel like y'all shouldn't out anybody, but y'all want to out her pregnancy. And then Funky like, here we go again, she always trying to say to the gay community and always trying to post up with the gay community. And it felt like it was always that at least once an episode that stuff will come out. But yeah, they draining Claudia. She has to be politically correct all the time. Al and Q can pretty much say whatever they want to say. They should revamp it, or she should start over elsewhere. Yeah, I think that I think maybe if you change somebody out, and like I said earlier, what I noticed is that Al is pretty much non-problematic until um, Q start going off. When Q start going off, then it seems like Al jump on Q's side, and then it's a gang up against Claudia. Typically, sometimes Al will side with Claudia and be like, "Oh, man, you crazy. I don't know what you're talking about." But especially if it comes about the LGBTQ community, because at the end of the day, they are still men, regardless of their sexuality. And sometimes they have misogynist thoughts. They still think like men, where Claudia is a woman and she comes from a woman point of view, and they'll just be like, nah, we don't agree with you. And it becomes a double team thing. And she just be like, here we go. Even in that episode with Chloe, she was saying, "Oh, that this is why." She says it clear. This is why I feel like it should be another woman on this show, because it's always like a ganging up type thing. So, yeah, she may be getting getting tired of them and getting tired of the her not being able to freely express herself without them coming down on her. So yeah, I'm finna. If nobody wants to jump on and get the link, I'm finna get on up out of here because I didn't even get to the Real Housewife of Atlanta, y'all. I was sure want to talk about that last episode and also the speak on it that Candy did with Courtney, yeah, because that that's a whole mess. Okay. But I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm probably gonna end up doing it tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll do it on schedule. Y'all don't forget to like the video, share the video, follow me on Facebook, Tootie Talk Sense, Instagram, Tootie Talk Sense, and Twitter is Tootie Talks. So, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the all button so you can see when I go live. I'm gonna get out of here because it is back to school, so I have to get back into this routine of getting these kids ready and putting them down at a certain time. Y'all have a good night, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.